I'm cooking at home and tonight I'm making broccoli beef. Yum! I'm starting with some skirt or flank steak that has been thinly sliced and I've seasoned it with salt, pepper. I put a little canola oil in. I'm now adding some minced fresh garlic and some finely chopped onion or shallot, followed by a little sesame oil and soy sauce. Give all that a good mix. This is a marinade for the meat, and then you want to refrigerate that for a few hours so the flavors can develop. Now on to the sauce. I'm beginning by taking some ginger root and removing the skin, and the best way to do that is not with a knife but with a spoon. So you can rub a spoon against the skin, get that thin papery brown skin off, and then I'm using a microplane grater to grate the ginger, and I'm not using a whole lot because honestly my kids don't like it. It's a very intense flavor, but all Asian sauces have ginger. I'm now going to put in a couple tablespoons of cornstarch, and I'm making a slurry using chicken stock because I'm going to use that in my sauce anyway. Some people make the slurry with water, but it's really important that you whisk it so there's no lumps. And now I'm adding in 1 packed tablespoon of brown sugar and some soy sauce. Actually, this is tamari, which happens to be lower sodium than traditional soy sauce. I've got that fresh ginger. I'm gonna add a little bit more minced garlic. I always like to keep minced garlic in a jar with oil in the fridge, lasts me all week, followed by some red chili flakes. Now, I'm heating my skillet over medium-high, spritzed it with a little oil, and I want to cook the broccoli first, and I have to do this in stages because I have a lot of broccoli. This was from 2 crowns that I cut up myself, and I'm just trying to get a little saute action before I steam them. So I put in about 3 tablespoons of water, put the lid on and let them steam. You can see how beautifully green the color of the broccoli is. And then in the same pan, without doing any sort of cleaning, you want to start cooking the meat that's been marinating, and you dump all that sauce, onion, garlic mixture in and continue cooking until your meat is browned and cooked. And I started to deglaze the pan just because that particular cast iron Le Creuset that I use always seems to get very hot. I don't know, but there's always a lot of meat mixture stuck to the sides and I don't want it to burn. So I deglazed with a little bit of chicken stock, and now I'm going to add the sauce in that I made earlier that has cornstarch, so it is going to start thickening up as soon as it heats, and you want to be very careful about continuing to stir and scrape. Look how thick that sauce got. So I'm adding just a little more chicken stock just to thin it out a bit. And it's really important to taste for seasoning. Always taste for seasoning. Now I'm going to add back in the broccoli and the meat, and I'm just going to stir to coat and make sure they're warmed through. Then I like to serve it over white rice or brown rice, top it with some scallion or chives, and sprinkle with some sesame seeds, and you have an amazingly healthy, lots of broccoli dinner. For this recipe and more, visit myclasscancook.com.